wine business for 14 years. You work at Sterling Vineyards. You started selling wines, and then you love wine so much that you went to school to study about wine, and now you have a degree. And now, what do you do at Sterling?
So I'm a red winemaker at Sterling Vineyards, and I've been there now for the last 5 years. So I work on all of our red wines. If you know Sterling, you know that we offer a lot of different wines from the Napa Valley. And we have Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot, Pinot Noir, as well as our reserve wines that we're showing here today.
So today, I'm not interviewing you because for my love of wine. I'm interviewing you for those insights you're going to tell me, because what's going to happen on Sunday with those two wines?
Yes, so we are really thrilled and honored to be the exclusive wine of the Academy Awards this year. So our wines will be served at the Oscars. They'll be served at the red carpet reception, as well as at the Governor's Ball after the actual Academy Awards. So, I mean, for me, I'm thrilled to have people like Steven Spielberg and George Clooney, maybe, and George, exactly, and folks like Ben Affleck, perhaps. Helen Hunt, who knows who'll be drinking our wine, but it's really an honor for us.
So that's not the first year, this is the 7 years in a row you're doing this, and I have numbers of the number of bottles that are going to be there. There are 3 times the number of bottles than the guest attendance, so what's going to happen on that one? Everybody can drink at least one bottle for themselves.
I would hope that over the course of an evening, it wouldn't be a bottle per person. What we're really trying to do is give people a good chance to try a lot of different wines. One of the things that's great about wine is, especially at the Governor's Ball, where we have an incredible array of food that's provided by Wolfgang Puck, people will really have the chance to try our Reserve Chardonnay with a number of different small bites and small plates, as well as our Cabernet Sauvignon, as well as a couple of winery exclusive dessert wines that we'll be offering at the Governor's Ball as well.
Which we have those, so you have 3 different dessert
That's
wine.
right. We have a late harvest Zinfandel, we have a late harvest Riesling, and we also have a Muscat Canelli. So they all have a good amount of residual sugar, which makes them perfect for pairing with sweets like chocolate cakes and passion fruit souffles, and
This is
wonderful.
not very funny what you're telling me.
Oh no, that's great.
I'm going with you. You better get me in there.
Exactly. I will be, if anybody at the Oscars is really smart, they will be at the dessert buffet first thing, trying these.
Oh, that's what we need to tell them?
wines. Yes.
And then
absolutely.
those are not made especially for the Oscar and the Governor's, but you can find them. From what I understand, your dessert wine are a little more tricky to find. You can only find them at the winery.
At the winery, that's
And
right.
those I can find them at the winery, of course, and
Yes.
some gourmet upscale shop and some upscale restaurants.
That's exactly right. So none of these wines are made in large quantities. We might, for instance, in any given vintage, we may only make 500 cases of our reserve Cabernet Sauvignon for Sterling. And our late harvest Riesling, we only made about 350 cases. So very difficult to find, but you can absolutely visit the winery. It's gorgeous. It's up in Calistoga, has an amazing view over the Napa Valley. And for our reserve wines, you can find them in small local wine shops or great restaurants that might have them on their list as well.
Okay, so I cannot leave you without you give me something about the Governor's Ball. Something.
Yes.
You see, I know you went there this morning. You went to the kitchen, so
Yes.
one dish is going to be served. One dessert that you saw.
Oh my goodness. I have to say, Wolfgang Puck, his signature dish, the tuna tartare in the wonton crisp
So,
with the Chardonnay. Absolutely.
And then what was the red?
Oh, with the red, I would say there was a slow braised lamb shank shepherd's pie that he has on his small plate menu that was out of this world. So aromatic, so gorgeous, and would pair amazing with our Sterling Reserve Cabernet Sauvignon.
And then the dessert wine, you depending on the dessert, they will pair.
Sure, absolutely. I would go for a passion fruit, maybe a passion fruit cheesecake with the.
Which you've seen, right?
Yes.
That they have.
Absolutely, with
Okay.
the late harvest Riesling, and I would also look for. They did a very interesting pâté de fruits. So I know I'm not saying that
You're saying it
but I'll
properly.
try.
Pâté de fruits, I can't do better.
And it was a Concord grape pâté de fruits, which would go wonderful with our Zinfandel. Now, Concord grapes are not something that you see often in winemaking. You
No.
see them in winemaking. but the aroma and the flavor of the Concord grape really is quite enticing and exciting, and I think it would go great with our labels.
You know, done this one more dessert wine. Well, what?
That's right.
That one.
And the Muscat has tremendous and beautiful aromas of flowers. It's like an orange blossom. We get a lot of orange blossoms around here. So I actually saw orange blossom honey soaked cake that this particular wine would just pair unbelievably with. So like I said, if anybody is at the Governor's Ball and they want to have an amazing dessert and dessert wine pairing experience, they should head straight for the dessert bar.
Okay. So, well, if we can't, dine at the Governor's Ball, at least we know what they're gonna have and what they're gonna drink.
Exactly.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.